Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Barlatt Rumer, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I have been looking forward to this. Oh my goodness, such a lovely guest up next. I would love for her to introduce herself, her first and last name, and the name of her book.
Hi, my name is Ruth McKeaney, and my book is called Hungry for Home.
Oh my good. And I cheat, guys. I have dug on in. How gorgeous is this? I'm so excited and slightly hungry, and I'm happy to be safe at home. So we're going to dive on in and learn the nature of this book. If people got their hands on this, what can they find in this book?
Okay, well, first of all, the reason that we wrote it, we flipped houses for 15 years. And what people kept asking us is, how do you actually make a house a home? Which those are two very different things. So for us, we have 5 kids. And what we determined a home was what went into the home, not just the structure. So inside the book is everything from family traditions. It's your family culture, because every family has a culture, whether you realize it or not. Cooking, entertaining, and gardening.
Oh, so wonderful. So I love the fact that it came from a structured space, right? You were flipping these homes in that real estate space. I'm sure people came into your home and was like, this is cozy. This feels a certain type of way. Am I right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the nature to be able to put it in a bind, because you could have done a ton of different things, right? Why did you feel as if creating this book, this gorgeous book, was something that was part of something you were called to do?
It was actually the last thing I ever anticipated that I would do. A couple of friends of mine who are authors really recommended that I put down into words what Bob and I have been doing for years. And I'm telling you, it was serendipitous. There were people that came into my life that made this possible. Otherwise, I never would have been able to do it. So,
oh my gosh. And to do it in such a beautiful way. We were talking, guys, I always tend to cheat and talk to the guests before we hit record. We were talking about the amazing images within this book. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous work. But there's a beautiful art of storytelling as it relates to the home, right? And you mentioned those key elements. If you could share them again as to what people can find in here, and then we're going to dive into each of those.
Okay. Well, it starts with our story briefly. And flipping houses, we moved every year and a half for about 18 years. All 5 of our kids were born in different houses. And we landed on this farm right outside of Philadelphia. We flipped it, or we didn't flip it. We went ahead and renovated it. It's over 300 years old. So the book starts out with a little bit of that story and the story of the farm that we're at. We're the 4th people on the deed since William Penn. So every family kept it, I guess, for 100 years. And it had fallen into incredible disrepair, which is what we love. We love to build on great foundations. And I think that for us, that even means great foundations of a home. It means your family. Like you can be going through horrible things and still build on and create new life. And so that's kind of how we felt about the structures as well as family. So then the next portion has to do with your family traditions. What are different traditions that you as a family have? And so I give examples of our traditions. And then we take our house an entire year on the farm with recipes and gardening and entertaining. So that's how we did it.
Oh my goodness, I love this. We can't ignore the foundation, because that's the basis for all things, right? Mm-hmm. You and I had talked multiple times in the past about relationships and the marriage or whatever the union is within the house, and how that translates to what happens in the 4 walls. Do you find that to be important?
100%. There's even a little section on how to do, especially in COVID, right?
Yeah.
How do you do a date night with your spouse at home? Yeah. And so we do a little section on that. But I think, without the marriage, someone asked me a question. What do you say to someone who thinks you have the perfect life? And why did you write this book? Nobody has the perfect life, for number one, but there needs to be a safe place of home and family to go through tough stuff. Yeah. And for your kids to go through tough stuff and to have that place to return to. So I think that really is what resonates with me and has resonated with the friends that have seen it. So.
Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. And we had talked also before about your home doesn't have to be a beautiful farm home.
No.
Right?
It could be a loft in the city. It could be a row home out in Manayunk. It could be in New York City. It could be on a farm. It is who you are. You know, I have a lot of friends that have had even decorators do their houses, and you walk in and you don't necessarily know who they are.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's the importance of you being you, and that doesn't matter where it's at.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the structure looks like or what your family looks like.
Yeah.
It's for you taking stock of putting your stamp and your personality and your family's personality in where you live.
Ah, this is so wonderful. And then we continue that foundation, and the execution of that foundation is these traditions that you have. Talk to me about the importance of the traditions that you execute with
Well,
your
to me, so I was the oldest of 6, and we went through a lot of rough stuff. My mom died of cancer. We had a number of things happen. But what brought me home always was our family traditions. It didn't matter that we were losing our home. It didn't matter that I had family members sick. It was who we were. And so Bob and I started very intentionally traditions as soon as we were married. So take, for instance, on a birthday, we will decorate a door of that person's birthday from top to bottom. Everyone in the family will write letters and cover it. And while they sleep, whatever their favorite color of the year is, we will blow up 100 balloons and fill the entire room with 100 balloons, so that when they wake up, they feel celebrated until when they go to bed. We were never big on friend birthdays. It was family birthdays. So another tradition, I mean, Christmas Eve, we deliver 400 sweet rolls that we personally make to different families. And then we come home and we have Chinese on our good china. So, you know, it's just different things that you and as a family. So, okay, here's another one. Christmas, from 2 weeks before Christmas until Christmas,
Yeah.
I decorate the doors to the dining room like a present. No one is allowed in our dining room until Christmas morning, because that's our wrapping station. So everyone in the house has that sense of, guess what's coming? Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
another one, we read every night out loud as a family. And I grew up doing that. And I think that that's been one of the most important things in our house, because we all have time to slow down. I have 5 athletes who swim year round. And so for them to have the opportunity to sit down, talk about our day, and read aloud has been really important. So things like that.
Oh, I absolutely love. And I think that in that was the nature of slowing down.
Mhm.
Right? And taking that moment to appreciate the home, to appreciate the roof over your head, the 4 walls around you, whatever that chooses to look
Right.
like.
Right.
And then being able to celebrate that. So I'd
Right.
love to talk about the entertaining as it relates to that. I would love to be able to talk about how you bring people into your home and what that feels like for you.
So there have been years we've actually had more company than not in a year. And I grew up, my parents had grown up on the mission field. And so constantly we had people coming in and out of the house. And it left an indelible, it was formative for me.
Yeah.
So for us, it's how can you bless other people within your home? How can your family be blessed by them being in your home? So it is constant, whether it's neighbors, whether it's people from out of town.
Yeah.
We just celebrate them. So.
Oh, I love this. I love this. And one other thing, and I do not have a green thumb, but I loved the idea of the growth, right? And growing something and really nurturing something that in turn may feed your family or provide additional resources, materials, etc. Talk to me about gardening for you.
Hey, first of all, I hate gardening. I'm just going to put it out there. I hate it. In fact, you know, people laugh, but one of the things with our flipping houses was they had to have the smallest lot possible, because I was not going to do gardening. So when we got this farm, I mean, let's use the word farm lightly. It's 12 acres, but we have chickens. Okay. All of a sudden I realized that the most daunting project for me wasn't redoing the home. It was the yard. And I just began to talk to people who knew what they were doing. And then I chose perennials over annuals, because that meant I didn't have to redo them the next year. And like, it was literally, how can I make this? I mean, I had my husband build me an herb garden. It has been, I mean, every year I'm having to recreate it, and it's tough, but it has been part of bringing the outdoors in. Anyway, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but it was literally step by step by step.
It does make sense, and it is a reiteration of the book in the simplistic and realistic nature of what you bring to the table, right? You are not overselling within this book. You are just simply sharing the
Right.
things that you have done and easy, simplistic ways for people to create their living environment into
Right.
a home.
I mean, it can be a pot of herbs that you put on your windowsill, but at least you're bringing the outdoors in. I often give gifts. I'll get a trough and plant all the different herbs for the year and give those as gifts. So I still don't like gardening. Let's be clear. I hate it. But it has given us beauty outside of the home. And it's just I've just learned to appreciate it.
Well, I love the authentic nature of this book, the authentic nature of you, your willingness to share your traditions, your foundation, and everything that you are bringing into your home to share with our homes. I want to make sure that everyone can get their hand on this book. I'm spoiled. I have a copy. All of you should have a copy as well. My darling friend, where can people find more information about you and all you have going on?
Okay, you can go to the website, which is Hungry for Home, which is www.hungry and then the number 4 home.com. My Instagram is hungry, or it's at hungry for home, spelling out for. And that's how you can do it.
I mean, there's no excuses, my friends. Everyone needs a foundation. Everyone needs a home. I'm telling you, my friend can point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Cheldin.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go dive into this amazing book, maybe test some of these recipes out. I suggest you follow, fan, and like my new friend for all things bringing home. From all of us here at This Is It TV, I'm Cheldin Barlatt Rumer, and we will see you soon. Take care.